Hello. It looks like it's going to be another very warm day today here, which is lovely, but I'm just having to rearrange the time of day that I do things. So I was up bright and early this morning. I did the chores with the birds, so they were all let out, give them fresh food and water, and then I started harvesting. So I've picked 2.5 pounds of currants, which I'm really pleased about. Most of those were black currants and white currants, and then there were some red currants, but not all the red currants are ripe yet, so I guess they'll come a bit later in the week. But I'm delighted to have got 2.5 pounds of currants into the house, ready to go into the freezer. I'll just take them off their stems and put them straight in the freezer, and then in the middle of winter, when we could really do with a boost of fresh vitamin C rich fruit, they'll be there ready for us to use. So a couple of bits of news. My neighbours are so generous. They are lovely people. Anyway, a little while ago they upgraded their barbecue, their gas barbecue, and have given us their old one, and it works. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it, so we now have a gas barbecue, and it's not something we would, well, we've looked at them and just kind of balked at the price of them, so it's not something we would buy ourselves. So now we've got one, which is amazing, and so thank you to my neighbours. While I'm saying thank you, I want to say thank you to Lynn, who's just become a patron. That's very kind of you. And the other bit of news is that at the weekend during our live chat, I explained that one of the little chicks over in the diesel field, that actually spent most of its time living around the side of the piggeries, it had disappeared. I didn't know where it was. It hadn't been looking itself for most of the day. It didn't go to bed at night, so when I let them out in the morning, there was no sign of it. And I guess I should have checked and actually counted. I did a quick glance into the house. Thought, oh yes, they're in there. I didn't actually count them, which obviously now I'm starting to do. Anyway, we found him. He hadn't been taken by a hawk or by a rat or anything else. He was obviously not feeling himself, and he had crawled under some pallets out there and just quietly expired. So absolutely no sign of trauma on him, no sign of damage or injury. So in some ways I'm quite relieved that he didn't get taken by a hawk, and I'm quite relieved that I've got a bit of closure, and I know where he went, rather than just always wondering if a fox came in or whether a hawk got him. But anyway, so that's that bit. I'm out here armed with my basket. I'm going to try and get in some raspberries before the sun gets too hot, and I'm also keeping half an eye on the duck enclosure because I let them out so early this morning. They hadn't laid any eggs in the house, which means that they're going to just drop their eggs somewhere in the duck enclosure. There are a couple of them who like to go right into the hedgerow and lay there, and that's fine, I can find theirs. But the ones that just get dropped in the field, I need to keep an eye on, otherwise the magpies will get at them, peck holes in the top of them, sort of have one little bit of the yolk and then just leave them, which is just so irritating. And they're not even using them completely to feed themselves or their families. It's quite destructive. So I'm going to be keeping an eye out to try and get the eggs before the magpies do. And let's go and get some raspberries. so hot now. I am just so hot. Anyway, we've got to 9:30. I finished gathering in, so I'm going to get, and all I've got left to do this morning is have a drink. And I'll have a chicken to prepare for tomorrow, and then I'm going to stay inside and do some projects inside for the rest of the day until it gets much cooler. Yesterday I watched a video by Rose from Wholesome Roots about the effects of heat and the various different illnesses and the various different stages of problems that you can get if you're suffering from a heat illness. It was a really good video, it was really informative, so I'm going to leave a link up there. I really think it's worth having a look at so that you're aware of what to look out for on these very, very hot days. Well, that's it for me today. I'm going to finish my drink and then I'm going to go and get on with this chicken. And so, wherever you are in the world and whatever you've got planned for today, I hope it's a good one. I also hope you'll join me again tomorrow.